guys, welcome to this episode of the Trainer Feed. I'm Jack Leger. With me are David Bravo
Hey, what's up, guys?
and Angel Sanchez.
Hey, what's up?
He's such a savage.
This is our third time trying to start this episode of the Trainer Feed.
Yeah, too much giggles this time of the day. So today we want to keep it short, keep it sweet. We want to talk about PRs, personal records, a little bit about how often we should do them, the method behind them, and being smart about it, really. What are your thoughts on PRs? How often do you guys do them?
I don't do them often, to be honest. I used to back in when I was in my 20s, but now
You
that
sound like an old man.
now that I got old bones, I really don't PR as much. But you know, to each his own. You just gotta live life, do what you gotta do. As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter as much. No, I don't do PRs as much as I used to. But when I was younger, I definitely did. Like I wasn't lying. I'm not trying to just fabricate some story.
Every
Like,
week
I'm
trying to hit
fast.
those bench numbers, huh?
Yeah, because you want to see how much you could bench, how much you could deadlift, how much you could squat. Like these are things that help motivate you aside from like the aesthetic. Because after you get the aesthetic, after people give you compliments, you know, you go to the gym, people are like, oh, I'm trying to get like you, bro. Like that's the environment that
It's just
you know,
every guy
I
there,
started
yeah.
working out in. And, you know, after that, you just need something else. Like, what are your numbers? And obviously, I took exercise science when I went to school, so we had testing and prescription. So we used to have to PR on certain, you know, exercises in order to help teach them and coach them, and you know, understand where you should be to spot yourself or your colleague or your client or whatever. But yeah, back then I was PRing more frequently, too frequently, like once every 2 weeks. Once
Jesus.
every month
Oh
or
my
something
God.
like that. But everybody was trying to like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, then that's how you could get hurt too.
That is true.
Just as easily, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I was competing a lot, I was only PRing maybe twice a year, like after every strength cycle.
That's smart.
And PRs for how many
But
reps are we talking
but the thing,
about?
but okay, yeah. So PRs in terms of like 1 rep maxes.
Yeah, I
when
was
you-
thinking that.
Yeah, when you truly don't ever really do a 1 rep max, like that number isn't, because if you truly do a 1 rep max, you like die.
Tell us about that.
No, because you know
Spontaneous
it's
combustion.
because it's just gonna take everything
loss
out of you.
oxygen.
No, you're probably maybe you'll faint, maybe you'll do actually hurt yourself. Actually, like
This sounds like a
Yeah.
Keith story.
man, maybe.
A Keith theory.
But the thing is, like you're always doing sub maximal loads, and when you're PRing, if you want to PR for 1 rep, then you train for that. And every week you are PRing in essence, you're PRing your 5 rep max every week. If you're doing like an extra 5 pounds a session, so you're always PRing, but never at a maximal load where you hurt yourself.
I also
What about when you sprint?
What do you mean?
You saying like the 40-yard dash, like whoever has the max is not actually, that wasn't.
No. I'm talking about lifting weights. That's different.
Okay.
loaded.
Yeah, because people hurt themselves too.
Yeah, no, definitely. But when it comes to like a 40-yard dash, then you're training for that 40-yard dash. You're doing your lifts, you're doing your cleans, your snatches, and then you go and run. But, you know, I don't think even with 40-yard dash, I don't think you should be, you know, I guess PRing like every day. I don't know.
No, not every day, but like,
Like in a combine, I think
I-
you do what, 2 tries?
no, I just wanted to know, like, because of what you said about, you know, it's not really a 1 rep max. It's not really like the all you can do because you're always going to save something. And I do think there's validity to that. I'm not like trying to shit on it because I do think that that's probably what you want to do. You're not going to, you know, go all out to the point where you can't breathe. You're pooping on yourself. You're peeing on yourself. Like your, you know, nostrils are flaring. Like that's probably what it would be, right? Like if you got to move a car in an emergency, like that's probably it. Like your tendons are breaking, you know, all that shit. That's probably like a true max PR. But yeah, I just want to know about like dashing and like, you know, running and stuff like that.
I also think, David, your point just now, where you said you're always PRing if you're adding 5 pounds. That's a really great point. I want to say on the Squat University post, I saw something about, hey, if in a year you increase your bench by 10 pounds, you're going to increase it, or if you increase it by a pound every 3 months, you increase it by 3 pounds over the year. And if you keep doing that over time, you're still increasing it. Whatever the numbers he used, I think that was inaccurate, my remark just now, but I think he just spoke about that as well. I forget his name now, but he said, not every day has to be a PR, and just respect the body as well. I think in the beginning, as you mentioned, Angel, you were probably hitting when you were PRing. It's also, I'm not saying it's easier to PR when you first start training, but as you just said, David, almost every new time you hit the bench or the squat deadlift, it is a PR because you haven't deadlifted heavier than 50 pounds, then 60 pounds, and 80 pounds. And you get to that sticking point where, okay, it's not so easy to lift that weight for 10 or push that weight for 10. And now you need to look at the more of the focus of the technique, or there's certain areas of opportunity in terms of, hey, your core, your trunk stability is an area of opportunity in terms of strengthening that. Then you can deadlift 10 more pounds from your 250 to 270, whatever it is, 10, 260, whatever it is. So that being said as well, and it just you get those numbers of sticking points. I'm sure all of us, once you reach a squat or a deadlift, there's we could do 1 rep maxes of it, but then it's I just
David, you deadlifting 400 yet?
I wish I did that
What are you
a
at
long
right now?
time ago.
Where you at right now?
I don't know.
Well, you
honestly.
did that before?
I've done the most I've ever done was 410 for 2.
Wow, that's
The hook
Wow.
grip,
Yeah.
that shit hurt so
Oh,
bad.
yeah, your thumb is gonna fall off after,
So
huh?
my thumb. So when you do hook grip, sometimes it would bleed, kind of like internally.
Yeah.
You would get little like blotches of red.
Because you cut off the
Yeah.
circulation.
And what about you remember? I don't know if this is still a thing because I haven't. I don't know. Suicide grip. Do people still use suicide grip?
Remind
When
me
you
what that is?
bench,
Yeah.
yeah, I do suicide grip.
What?
That's this.
Yeah.
A little
Oh
monkey
my
grip.
God.
You're like this.
So you are done if
just
it
like-
comes under.
David, talk to us about suicide grip.
It's stupid,
Well, why you do
but
it?
sometimes
You
it feels
just said you
good.
do it.
When you do light, sometimes it feels great. I don't know.
When you do
because-
light.
When you do
Yeah,
light,
exactly.
yeah.
Light.
You know, it's right on the muscle, and little
Sometimes
padding
I
of your hand.
Jacques Kling's
Um,
kettlebells in the air, but they're not like 32 kilos.
No, nothing that heavy.
I think the most I've suicide benched is like maybe 225.
It would
for a
have to be
couple.
relative though, like relative to how strong you are
Yeah.
for it to really make a difference, like a no call or. Anyway,
But it's not safe.
it is not safe.
We do not suggest you do it at home.
And that's the whole thing with PRs too. They're not the
Like
safest
switching
thing
your
ever.
hands on a Smith machine, like
Yeah.
press.
Oh,
Okay.
my
No.
God.
But the thing with the PRs is like it's not the safest thing either to PR constantly because you're putting so much
Yeah.
stress on your body. Sometimes it can't take it.
Yeah,
The form is being sacrificed
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
I
So
think about it. I had a lot of popped blood vessels in my eyes when I was younger. Yeah, this was a real thing. I don't know if it would be more like this.
It's still the alarming one, but damn.
But that's when you're younger,
kind of
you al-
natural too.
yeah, I think when you're younger, like
So
your
much-
body's just going through all sorts of
Yeah.
shit.
And
I
as
had
you're
never
deadlifting,
strength
it's your,
trained
your blood
before.
pressure goes up super high.
Exactly. I never strength trained before. I think like when I was between 18 or probably like 19 to like 24. Like I was just trying so many different things and just you don't know how strong you are and you just see these videos. You see very strong people. You're like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
And you just keep going. Your numbers just keep going up. That's like when we used to see Adrian back in the gym. I remember Adrian. You want to press a button? I don't know what you do. Oh, are you your knee? He said, "Oh shit.
Oh, my knee is kind of achy.
Oh damn.
Welcome to my world.
Damn
This
it.
is a clown show right now." Like.
All that sprinting, man. Fucking trying to sprint over 250.
But
on
you
the
have
fucking
to.
field.
Told you sevens was rough, and then you're playing
Yeah.
sixes yesterday. Yeah, good
You
luck.
gotta look at the shoes. You gotta look at where you're running.
Mm-hmm.
Those all, and then also long distance walking is key because but beyond the muscles, you need to definitely build up the tendon and ligament and tensegrity or integrity. I forget which one. I just.
One of those.
So yeah,
But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Adrian. So Adrian, when he started lifting, and he got really big and he got really strong, but he was just like going ham. Like every time I see him in the gym, he would just like add more. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do a light day, bro." I was like, "All right," and then I see him like going for like 2, and I'm like, "Jesus Christ, Adrian, what just happened?" Like I'm ending my session, he's spent like an hour and a half.
but
in
then
the squat
yeah,
rack.
at the same time, right now he's 21 now. He's my brother, by the way, if people don't know. He's 21.
21 now.
He's 21.
Wow, so that means he started lifting when?
He started lifting when he was
18, 19.
younger than 18, 19, maybe like 17, 18.
Wow.
And I don't know. I mean, he's young, so he's got so much more. He's got years to continue doing his stuff. But
Yeah.
that's the thing with when you're younger, you're able to get away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I've had this conversation with a lot of people when it comes down to, letting a person that's especially that young in the gym. You're getting so much information from so many places.
True.
It's hard to be like, no, like stop what you're doing, do this and that. Which I used to do it in the beginning because I'm a trainer, so I'm like, Adrian, do this, do that. But they're young kids, and they
It's
sometimes
ego
they,
too. I'm not saying of
yeah.
Adrian, but sometimes it can be ego as well.
Yeah,
Whereas
ego.
it's when you're coming out of puberty and you're finishing and you're becoming like an adolescent.
Teenager.
We're finishing being a teenager, like your late teens. And for a guy, a big thing is like proving you're strong, proving you're macho. I think from a lot of males and for the gym, it can be an insecurity if you're not
Yeah.
lifting heavy weights.
But it's hard,
you
and that's something that I think we should try to stop.
promote. Whoa, because
Not
look,
promote.
look.
I don't think promote.
No, I'm saying you should promote the fact that it's okay to not be lifting the
Exactly,
heaviest
yeah.
weights. I'm saying, so for example, and we talk about like, oh, don't do PRs anymore, Brett. If we're talking about like, oh, David, you're almost 30s, but like, if let's say in 5, 10 years time from now, we have this conversation, we say, all right, what do your workouts look like? I bet you, I'm very confident it'll be a lot of functional movement. Whereas if we have that conversation compared to what we were doing 5, 10 years ago, it's a very different workout.
It was functional to
Who knows?
What I'm saying is, it's more about back then. It was like, can I just fucking lift the heaviest weight? Shit.
It was
And then
like trying to get as big as you could.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you could make the same argument like get as big as you can, and then like why? Because of the ladies, and then you got
Exactly.
a girlfriend, and then it's like mission accomplished.
Right.
Like so,
There's
does that make it
reason-
functional or not? Does that make it not functional?
Well, it's not that it's not
I think it is
functional.
functional
There's
'cause you-
purpose, but it's driven differently.
Yeah, it's
right.
driven different.
And as you said, like I think a lot of young male brains are wired to the way that, all right, if I'm stronger, I have a better chance of the women. It's just, I think, at least that's how I thought it was.
I think it's bigger. I think people
Bigger. Okay,
focus
so
on,
the
like,
combination
muscle
or in that,
hypertrophy. I like strength though. I favored.
it's not about what you want though. That's not the way.
That's true. It's
Well,
just how I
women
was
or women,
driven.
right? Like whatever floats your boat. Like it's whatever.
It's hard
But
to do it now because everybody wants instant gratification. If
Yeah.
you go to somebody and say, "Hey, would you like to get super super strong and huge in 10 years," and then maybe not do that, or be like, "How about you don't get huge and big, and super strong, but work at it for 20 years, so that when you're in your 40s, you're still going to be able to lift heavy and get strong." They're gonna be like, "Oh no, I want to in 10. You're gonna get me like huge in like 5-10 years."
It sounds like
Which- which makes a bit of sense, right? Because you want to see you don't want to invest in something long term and see absolutely no signs of it paying off.
But
so
you
it's-
are. I mean, you are gonna see signs of.
You are,
of
but I
doing that.
at the same.
But your
look,
boys
I-
are like running. That's the issue. Like it's, and I think that Jacques' point is key because I wouldn't say the word promote, but if you make sure that people understand that it's not all about just PRing, not all about just training heavy, not all about every set you have to give it your max, I think more people will be drawn to it, and it has to be people who represent different groups, like strongmen,
Absolutely.
bodybuilders, it has to be Olympic athletes, it has to be, just athletes, professional athletes. I think if they start to throw that stuff on, then people will be like, oh, okay, it's like, makeup, women with makeup or men with makeup, right? Like you look completely different and then you take the makeup off, same person, you just look completely different, but nobody's going to take pictures of them with makeup off. So, you put yourself out there, you show that that's not the only way to become successful in a sport or be strong or be like huge or jacked, then people will be drawn to it. But it's hard to do it when you're the only one, or you feel like you're the only one. I'm sure it's a lot of people, but you feel like you're the only one who's taking it easy, trying to preserve your joints, trying to, work on the form as opposed to the numbers. It's like, how strong are you, bro? And then people are like, oh, I don't know. It's like, because it's impressive, right? When you say,
Yeah,
when
it's-
I see Adrian lifting, I'm like, oh, how much you weightlift? Like just right now, I asked you, oh, David, you deadlifting 400, right? Because it's impressive.
Mhm.
I find that impressive. So I ask you a question, you answer it, you might get some gratification. Jacques curious. Jacques got broken knees or whatever.
Yeah, I'm
He's
just jealous over here.
Yeah, he's like, I pulled that. But I find it impressive, and now all of a sudden it's like a boost, right? You get a boost, I get a boost, we all get a boost because I'm like, damn, I gotta get like David now. Versus, what's your working whatever now, or what's your working 12 rep or something like that, right?
It's not
Like,
quite. It doesn't.
You might not even know because you don't even pay attention to it because it's like
Yeah, but
focus on that.
I don't know. I think you can still get that while doing it in a safe way.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
I agree.
You
I
can still be
just-
like, "So what are you deadlifting?" I don't know, 315 for fives. and then in the month, ask the same question, 325. You're still getting stronger.
Yeah.
You could, in
You're
theory,
doing
as
it in
well,
a safe way.
you
Then
could.
you could do it for longer. I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, David. I was also thinking with, if example, if you sit for 5, you can. I'm not cheating your way out of it, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because recently I did some PRs, and I posted as well, and I was thinking, oh, I never post it, and someone asked me, and I was like, I don't, and the reason why I brought it up is I don't find it being healthy to do them too often. And as David, you were saying, once or twice a year, I think is fairly, reasonable. And I think something I want to talk about was when I see it for. I don't know, PR for 5 reps is a lot. That was like something in this program I was doing, and it was back squats for 5, and I thought that was a lot. I thought maybe if I did 3, but there's just some exercise. I think I'm not saying the deadlift is the safest exercise to do, but the worst thing about the deadlift is you just drop the bar.
Yeah.
Whereas a bench press or a squat, at least with a back squat, for example, if that goes wrong and it hurts you and the load is on you, right? The bench press, like if you can't get off, are you hoping you have someone spotting in any time you're doing a PR? But, that's just what I was thinking about as well, was the exercise safety. It's same thing with a weighted pull-up, I would say as well. Like the worst thing that can happen on a weighted pull-up is you can't pull up. That's it. That's where it's kind of safe.
You could also like strain your
Right, but I don't think you're not explosive throwing something over your head. And the deadlift, you could hurt yourself as well. You could I'm sure a lot of people when they talk about back pain, and if anytime we've had a client come and say like, "Oh, I'm unsure about deadlifts, I pull my back out." Okay, I believe that happened. Maybe the fashion that you did it, the manner you pulled it, wasn't effective to your body type or to your strengths. So nurturing someone to get back into deadlifting, but
I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I also see it from the other angle where you can hurt yourself doing dead bugs. Like you can.
yeah, no, I agree. I just think
you could
some
jack
PRs
yourself
you've
up.
got greater risk for injury than others. That's all I thought.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. You could totally do it in anything.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think irrespective of weight or load or whatever, like there's definitely ways you can bang your body up because people hurt themselves, and you see exercises that are done in the gym. You're just like, I don't even know why somebody would do that.
I don't even
And then all of
bother
a sudden-
People that do shit that I'm like, you're still not hurt yet?
I'm actually
I get
yeah, right.
mad.
That's
I get mad. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Exactly.
How are you not on the IR?
How are you not like,
David's been on the IR longer than these people.
Yeah.
yo?
Should call it a wrap.
Damn, I missed that. Yeah, let's call it a wrap.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of the Trainer Feed. We talked about PRs. So if you are loving our content, please subscribe to us on YouTube. We're also on Spotify. Give us some love on Instagram. And again, if you love Roam Gear, which we're all donning today, especially these handsome gentlemen, go type in the Trainer Feed or one word for 15% off. Thanks for
There we
listening,
go.
guys. In the next one, see ya.
Peace.